Walimwes, I wanted to braid my hair, so I went to this lady's house and I'm irritable, I am moody, and I'm having the worst backache of my life. So I'm telling her, Olive, she keeps braiding and we keep taking breaks because I just need to stand up and rub my back. And then Olive just says, as a by the way, Babs, you're pregnant. Then I laugh like, what do you mean I'm pregnant? Yeah, I feel like I think you're pregnant. I was like, no, I can't be pregnant. But I got scared and then I called baby daddy and I told him, please bring me a pregnancy kit. And he brought the kit to Olive's house. So then I go to the washroom, I do the dipstick, and the one line shows. So after the one line showing, I was like, yeah, I'm not pregnant. So I take back to Olive. I'm like, Olive, see, I'm not pregnant. And the second line is already forming. Hey? At what? Walimwes, Saseni, what's up? I'm also Uduto. This is Barbara Cynthia Amondi, and this is the Not Done Yet podcast. So, there's this work I have been doing for a friend of mine. It revolves around stories for young girls who are pregnant and also HIV positive. And there's just a way it broke my heart. Seeing young girls, really young girls, adolescents, pregnant, and also HIV positive. And so I thought I would share my story. So here I am in campus. I meet this guy, tall, dark, handsome. He was a really funny dude, and he was an actor. And yes, we started getting to know each other. And, this is first year, first semester in college. Yes. So we start getting to know each other. And, I just fall in love. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. So, we start dating. Second year, first year, second semester, I get pregnant. Imagine, first year, second semester in college, I'm already pregnant. In fact, in my class, I was the first person to ever get pregnant. Others came later, but I was the first. So, the story about that.
This episode of Not Done Yet KE has been brought to you by Mkubwa Beauty Parlour.
So, Walimwes, just like I said, the second line had formed and I lost it. Actually, I did not even finish making my hair that day. I just left Olive's house, went to the hostel and cried my all because the reality just set in, like you're pregnant. I mean, I was 20 years old. You can imagine 20 and pregnant and in college and being supported by parents. It was just crazy. So I was wondering because I'd taken e-pills. By the way, let me tell you guys, e-pills are just emergency contraceptives. Please don't make a habit of taking them every so often. It will not work. My e-pill baby is 13 years old now, So please, e-pill emergency. Otherwise, look for other forms of contraceptions that will help you out. So we sat down with baby daddy and we decided to keep the baby. Yeah, abortion wasn't an option for us. And so I decided I'm going to have the pregnancy. But you see, at the end of the day, you as the woman are the one carrying the pregnancy. So you see, a man, people might not know that he has a woman pregnant somewhere. So being pregnant and in school was tough. First judgment, people talking, oh, Nani's pregnant, Nani back home. So I had to tell my mom. First, I wrote a letter home because I just didn't know how to approach her with it. And yes, there was disappointment. There was a lot of disappointment. They might not really tell it to your face or rub it in, but of course, parents will get disappointed. I mean, I was just 20 years old, you can imagine. I was so young. I was basically a baby myself when I was having another baby. Being in school, I had to go to class, dealing with, pregnancy issues, nausea, so many things. I got really sick at some point. but I'm in school and I have to go to school and I have to ace my grades. There was just no two ways about it because I didn't want anyone to imagine that I was going to stop going to school. And then the baby comes. It was a tough delivery, which had a lot of complications. I think because of my age and also my body wasn't just ready for that at that age. Yeah. So having the baby meant commuting to school. I had to move out of school and move back home. So I stayed at home and I used to commute to school. Let me tell you, I used to be on the road at 5:30 in the morning. I walked to the bus stage, take a bus to Maseno at 6 a.m. every single day and come back home at about 7 p.m. every single day. By the time you come back home, you have assignments to do. You have a baby to take care of because even the house, the person taking the house girl taking care of the baby has been the baby the whole day. So they also need a break. So here is a baby, you need to take care of the baby. You need to do your schoolwork. You need to be up so early. I used to be up by 4:30 so that I make it to school by 6:30 in the morning. Let me tell you, it was a lot. It was so much for me. And afterwards, the things, of course, now your peers, let's talk about peers. Your peers will be going for travels, they'll be going to places, but you have a baby to take care of, so you can't go. So I think I missed out on so many things as a young adult because I had a child to take care of. You know, I missed out on travels, I missed out on gigs, I missed out on the rave because I had a baby to take care of at the end of the day. And even after I finished school, when baby was about 2 or 3 years old, I got some internship. This one I'll never forget. I got an internship at Nation Media Group, and I had to choose whether to go to Nairobi or stay home with the baby. And because I had done media, you know, out of Nairobi, there's so many, media opportunities are not so many outside Nairobi. So it meant that if I wanted a media opportunity, then I would have had to stay in Nairobi. So unfortunately, I couldn't do this. I had to go back home to the baby because I had already done an attachment in Nairobi for 2 months and it was crazy. I was away from my child and it just wasn't working. So I decided to go back home and forfeit that internship. So it's something, should I say I regret? I'm not sure it's regret, but yes, having a baby that early meant I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice some things. I had to sacrifice some comfort. I had to sacrifice even opportunities, you know, because of that child. So, let me tell you, Walimwes, having a baby makes you literally grow up overnight. You know, there's somebody there you have to support. You have to make sure they're feeding. You have to make sure, basically, you are everything for this small human being. Let me tell you, yani, unaona watu wanaenda rave, and you are home taking care of the baby. By the way, it is not a good feeling. You see people traveling, but you can't travel. Who will you live with the baby when you want to travel with friends? You see, when you start working, you do not have money that you'll say, this is my own. You have somebody back at home who you have to do for ABCD. You see? So, having a baby early, Thinking of it right now, it's a bit easy, but back then it wasn't that easy. By the way, guys, did you know that AIDS is the leading cause of death and morbidity in adolescents and young people in Kenya? The access and uptake of testing and ART is lower in this age group than adults. Let me tell you, HIV is an epidemic in the young populace. So even with forget about even the pregnancy, even HIV is right now a big problem. So we can always learn through other people's experiences. We don't also have to go through those experiences. So please learn from my experience. Having a baby early was hard. It was tough. There are so many things I feel I missed on, you know, and I've basically been a parent my whole adult life.
This episode of Not Done Yet KE has been brought to you by Barbie Cakes Ksm.
All right, people. So, my message today is sex is an adult activity. Adolescents have no business having sex. I mean, you know, you'll have sex your whole life. I remember when we were in Kisumu Girls, and girls from Kisumu Girls will remember this. Our deputy head teacher Mrs. Okumu used to tell us, girls, sex is sweet. Sex is what? And then we'd say sweet, but at the right time, with the right person, the right, you get the idea. So sex is complicated and it complicates life. So please, as you engage in sex as young people, please use protection. Take care of yourself. Take care of your partner. Because having babies this early is not a walk in the park. Yeah, so you'd better just wait until you're stable enough and you're able to take care of a child on your own. And to people who have been in that same situation like mine, it is not the end of the road. You can still work hard. You can still make something out of your life. Don't sit there brooding, crying every day, doing apana. Get out, dust yourself, and just move on, and make something out of your life. For parents, please continue having conversations with children. I know a lot of parents fear having these conversations with kids, but I feel like it is really important for us to have these conversations with our babies, make them understand how hard life gets. And if you're a young parent, if you were a young parent like me, share those stories of the difficult moments with them. They may remember someday. I make sure I share what I went through with Jordana every other day. It's a conversation that we have so easily so that she's able to understand. One day when she's in such a place, she'll be like, hey, no, mommy said having a baby this early will bring a lot of issues. So no, that is not the place to go. Young people, there's so much to life. Go to school, learn skills, join clubs, travel the world, buy assets, do so much more, and seek stability before you decide to have a baby. Remember to use protection always. Walimwes, thank you so much for listening to the Not Done Yet podcast. And please follow us on all our socials. We are Not Done Yet KE. And yes, by the way, we are not done yet. Remember to tune in to the next episode of Not Done Yet podcasts. Super character development.